couple of months ago, I received a question from a podcast listener about my thoughts on Bitcoin and if it was worthwhile. At the time, I really didn't think much of it, and I kind of considered cryptocurrency a distraction to my plan of long-term buy and hold stock market investing. That being said, innovations and disruptions happen quite often, and we find ourselves looking back and wishing we would have jumped in earlier. I'm thinking of when I ordered my first physical Netflix subscription after years of going to Blockbuster. I remember saying, this is gonna be big, man. Movies to your house, you don't have to go anywhere. But did I buy a share of Netflix when they went public? Nah, I was too busy catching up on The Sopranos. So is Bitcoin this decade's Netflix? Or is it some wild made-up currency that has no real value? Well, when I don't know a lot about a subject, I do my research and then I ask a lot of people that I trust. So I scoured the interwebs and found some excellent resources. Also, I decided to reach out to 13 friends, colleagues, and money experts for their gut check on Bitcoin. Here's what I learned. Oh, before I jump in, please consider giving me the YouTube triple thanks. That's hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, and commenting down below. These actions help YouTube know that you're enjoying my content, and it helps me grow my small business. Thanks for considering it. All right, what is Bitcoin and how does it work? Well, when you think about it, digital currency isn't all that far-fetched. Currently, we spend our physical money with our credit cards, our bank transfers, Venmo, or like taps from our iPhone. Yeah, cash is still our main form of currency, but I can count on my hand the amount of times that I used cash this past month. I think the trend's going to continue. Less physical and more digital. But will Bitcoin be the digital currency of the future? Well, let's learn more about what it is first. Now, Bitcoin is a type of currency or a digital currency that's been around for over 10 years, actually. One major advantage of Bitcoin is that it eliminates the need for a third-party intermediary in financial transactions. No banks, no clearinghouses, no governments need to be involved in the middle of the transfer between one party and the other. As opposed to fiat currency, which is like cash in the bank, it's not currently backed or regulated by the government that uses it. Given that, its use as a currency is limited at present time. Then how does Bitcoin work? Well, Bitcoin was born from and continues to be created through blockchain. This is a revolutionary technology that decentralizes information to promote transparency and accuracy. Given blockchain's scope of use, it's a technology that has been adopted by various industries outside of the financial world. Even though Bitcoin is created digitally through a process called Bitcoin mining, there is a planned end to its development. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins mined into existence. All right, let's discuss buying and storing Bitcoin. If you're interested in buying Bitcoin, it's important to recognize that this is a speculative and highly volatile asset class. For example, when I bought my first fraction of a Bitcoin in May of 2021, the price was around $56,000 per coin. Just 2 short weeks later, the price was closer to $36,000. That's a $20K drop in 2 weeks. Someone else who purchased Bitcoin much earlier may be singing a different tune though. In mid-2020, the price per coin was around $10,000. My point is that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies come with risk and not a lot of rhyme or reason on the rise and fall of the price. So I don't really see it as an investment per se. I see it more as a speculative bet. But if you're a betting person, here's how to buy your first Bitcoin. Today, there are quite a few cryptocurrency exchanges available to choose from. Given the under-regulated nature of cryptocurrency, be sure to do your research before purchasing your first Bitcoin. There's a lot of exchanges, but not a lot of oversight. One of the more well-known and now publicly traded exchanges is Coinbase. This is where I bought my first cryptocurrency. If you want to use the link in the description below, you'll get $10 in free Bitcoin when you buy or sell $100 or more in crypto. Again, I'll put that link in the description below. If you're tech savvy though, and you got the bandwidth, you can also mine Bitcoin yourself and you can skip the exchanges. I have a friend who's been doing this, and it's working out okay for him, but this is not typically an option the everyday person goes for given the technology, time, and experience required. Now let's talk about storing Bitcoin. So after you purchase your Bitcoin, it needs to be stored somewhere. Think of it like a digital wallet. Now there are two types of wallets you can choose from when it comes to cryptocurrency. There's a hot wallet, also called an online wallet. This is where you store your Bitcoin in the cloud. And then there's a cold wallet. This is when your crypto is stored offline in some sort of encrypted device, kind of like a thumb drive. Now, if you work with a trusted exchange like Coinbase, you'll be storing your Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies in a hot wallet. Since I am a crypto noob, my personal preference is allowing the trusted exchange to store this digital funny money. So, you might be wondering, should I invest in Bitcoin? As I mentioned earlier, I don't think of Bitcoin as an investment. I see it as a speculative bet. There may be some major upside to this Bitcoin bet down the road, though. If Bitcoin becomes a recognized and legal currency in the US and other countries like El Salvador recently did, the price could continue to rise. But again, that's just me speculating. Like any bet, having all of your eggs in one basket can be a risky move. The general sentiment that I've heard through my interviews and through my research is to put Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the same camp as single stock purchases. Consider limiting your purchases of these riskier bets to between 1 and 10% of your overall portfolio. That way, even if it all crashes and burns, 90% of your portfolio is still invested in well-diversified assets across sectors, size, and style. For me, 1% is going to be my max. I honestly couldn't sleep well at night knowing that I've purchased digital assets that are so wildly volatile and could have a major impact on my portfolio. While Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are interesting and they feel like the future to me, I'm a conservative dude. And I feel like having more control and history around my investments is a smart move. But to each their own. Investing is personal and should be executed according to your beliefs and your future goals. That all being said, I don't believe purchasing Bitcoin falls under the category of investing. So if you do take a risk and place your bets, I hope you win big. But enough for me, I would love to hear from you. What do you think of Bitcoin? Are you all in, or do you think it's a speculative bet and we should be cautious of it? Please let me know in the comments below. This is Andy Hill from Marriage, Kids, and Money, signing off. Carpe diem.